What do these two pictures have in common? Well, the truth is a few things. Both show attacks on American democracy, and both have happened in my lifetime, so arguably recently. But more importantly, these two words: never forget. Listen, people, this is who we are. This is not shocking. Stop acting surprised. We live in a time where the media and most of our general inputs treat us like we're goldfish, right? We're expected to have a 15-minute attention span, no more, and immediately move on to the next shiny thing. Squirrel. And while that system works very, very well for getting clicks or selling products, it does not bode well for the maintenance of democratic norms or standards. In the vast majority of my videos, I try and take an even-tempered stance, one that comes from a place of understanding, regardless of my personal detestability for certain groups or belief structures, right? I also have to realize the truth. I am not and cannot put myself in a place of judgment. I cannot judge anyone because I too am human. I have sinned and fallen short. But my humanity and fallibility in no way, shape, or form mandates that I accept the unacceptable. I should never, and you should never, allow your beliefs or understanding of what is right for all people to be destroyed because there are a few who want to enforce what is better for them. The actions of a few hundred individuals who in large part flew under the exact same banner as the Army of Northern Virginia and the Confederates, who inflicted 300,000 deaths on Union soldiers, is absolutely reprehensible and a deliberate and obvious attack on American democracy. This was our burning of the Reichstag. This was our Kristallnacht, or Night of Broken Glass. An attempt to install a fascist leader for a fascist government that is built on hatred and bigotry because of a perceived threat of the other. That's what this was. This is a response to peaceful protesters who believe that people with my complexions lives matter. And this was the response to a treasonous uprising on our Capitol steps, directed in large part by our current president. There's a video link in the description of a group of white protesters chasing a black police officer up several flights of stairs to a fallback point where he was forced to fight with his baton. All of this was spurred on from a party of, quote, law and order, who, by the way, condone violence against groups seeking racial justice, an idea guaranteed to us in our Constitution. I have commented before about how I took an oath to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. The oath requires that I not only see these individuals as my enemy, but defend the rights and ideals that these groups are attempting to bring down and desecrate. And while America was attacked on January 6th, the news failed to report another day has passed without the indictment of the killers of Breonna Taylor. Kyle Rittenhouse pled not guilty to murdering peaceful protesters in Kenosha, Wisconsin, with a gun that he was too young to own at the time. Philando Castile's murderer is still free and was bought out of his police contract to the tune of about $50,000. In most of my videos, I gloss over the obvious nature of racism in America, in large part because I know that my audience, you all, are very aware of it and can see it. I'm asking that all of you share this video in large part because there is an audience out there who cannot see it. For some reason, they actively ignore the difference between white men who overrun the police and are not shot juxtaposed to peaceful protesters who decry police brutality and murder based upon race, who are gassed and beaten with batons. There are people both on my Facebook friends list and all over the place who want to compare the violent takeover of our nation's capital with predominantly peaceful protests concerning the worth of black lives. While I would argue that this violent uprising and seizure of our nation's capital far supersedes even a violent protest, the reality is that the vast majority of protests in support of racial equity were peaceful. There is no comparison. The fact is, police agencies, even down to prison guards, were called onto the streets to violently beat and subjugate Americans this summer, yet the response to enemy flags storming our capital was that police should retreat and use restraint. There is no comparison. This is white privilege in action. And the speed with which we forget this only exacerbates the disparity between being a person of color and being white in America. Forgiveness is of God. Forgetfulness is stupid. Supporters of our current president have drawn a line in the sand. Calling for unity now is despicable and insulting. They are my enemy because they have chosen to be, not because I put them there. I will not unite with my enemy. To do so would be a violation of my own moral code. This is the new reality, and although my God teaches me to love my enemy, they are my enemy nonetheless. But I do love my enemy. I am commanded to by the God that I believe in, the God that will forgive but does not forget. And it was with that in mind that I can say with honesty and reverence in my heart, I love you all.
Good.
Oh, hey, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for stopping by on the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Check out down below, righteousenterprises.com, some apparel, pretty cool apparel from a guy, pretty cool apparel. It goes to sponsor a good channel, good causes. We're out here trying to teach kids, make a difference in the community, do a lot of great things. So we'll see you next time. Thanks.